Please, please give your attention to the podium. We have a very special guest today. I'd like you to please give your attention. The chair recognizes Representative Smyrie for a very special invite resolution.
Madam Speaker and members of the House, it's a pleasure for me always to, when Congressman Bishop is here visiting with us, for us to greet him. And of course, he's a former member of this House, and of course went on to the Senate and now serves us in Congress in the 2nd Congressional District. He's a dear friend and a person that we have gotten to admire here in the state for his service in the U.S. Congress. And several months ago, Congressman Bishop, I was in Chicago, and he called me and told me that he had cancer. And we talked over the phone for about an hour, and then we prayed, and then he had his treatment, and by the grace of God, he's cancer-free. And we are very, very I think the world of him. He does us honor as he represents us in the U.S. Congress, and it's a great deal of joy and pleasure for me to introduce my congressman and the congressman from the 2nd Congressional District, Sanford D. Bishop, Jr.
Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House, my friend of long-standing, Representative Smyrie, and all of my friends here in the Georgia House and, of course, the General Assembly, it is indeed a privilege and honor for me to be back home. This is home for me, and by the grace of God, I am here. Before I say anything further, I do want to just take a point of personal privilege to thank each and every one of you and all of those who gave such overwhelming support with your expressions of support and your kindnesses and your prayers during the course of my temporary illness. As Calvin mentioned, I was dealing with cancer, but I'm happy to say that I am cancer-free, no further treatments needed, and to God be the glory. So thank you so much for your prayers and support. The scriptures tell us that the fervent, effectual prayers of the righteous availeth much. I'm a witness, and I truly am grateful. Let me just say that this house is where I got my start in politics. I learned so much, and I stand on the shoulders of so very, very many, some of whom are still serving in this house. But I want to take another point of personal privilege and just mention a public servant, a former member of this house who served for 20 years and was chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, who was a mentor to me, who passed away this past Friday, and that's the Honorable Marcus Collins of Pelham, Georgia. One of my constituents, but more importantly, he was a mentor in this house and helped me to understand the meaning of fiscal responsibility. I want to just say that all of us collectively have an obligation as we engage in public service. I'm reminded of the shortest poem in the English language by Louis Untermeyer, which is I, Why? Who am I and why am I here? We're here because we have a divine purpose to do good and to make a difference. I thank you for the sacrifice and the service that you give to the people of this great state, and I join you in that vineyard. But as we all recognize, our time on this stage is temporary, and so we must use that time wisely to do the most and the best that we can for the people that we serve. The poet said, I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute but eternity is in it. Let us use the time that we have to do the most good for the people of this great state. Thank you, and God bless you.